Basically, what the editor suggested is for Mel to use invention, which is the phase of the writing process where we give ourselves space to come up with lots of ideas. So now, instead of expecting inspiration to hit like a lightning bolt, Mel tries a more formal approach by setting a timer and writing as much as they can in just a few minutes. And using free writing, Mel finds a couple different ideas that feel way stronger and funnier than their first attempt. So, since formally working through invention was so helpful, they also set aside time for planning, which is the phase where Mel comes up with next steps and an order for how they're going to write each element. They create an outline that includes different paragraphs in the article and punchline options. By the time Mel is actually typing out the sentences of the piece, they realize that they're already on track to generate something way stronger and better suited to the magazine's style. Invention and planning worked well this time to decrease stress and increase effective writing. But Mel would probably also find that every time they put the steps into practice, they refine a bit and get even better, gaining new comedy writing literacies over time. And it feels good to get better and better at writing using a process you can repeat over and over. Now, it's important to recognize that in this course, we're going to talk about the writing process in general, but everyone figures out what techniques work for them. So let's explore the invention and planning phases a bit more to understand all they can offer and how we can start applying them to our writing. Really, invention is a step specifically made for the times when we don't know what to do quite yet, or our writing isn't accomplishing what we want it to. An invention can take a lot of different forms. Like, it might look like something without a lot of structure, just one person alone in a room with no resources trying to call forth ideas. But that sounds hard, and during invention, we want techniques that generate ideas, like the free writing that Mel used. Or looping, which is when we do a series of free writes that build on each other. Or affinity walls, where we organize separate ideas visually by grouping them together. These have all been shown to work well in a variety of writing contexts. They really bring out your ideas and give you something to work with. We talk about those techniques more in a later episode, but for now, realize that we can bring tools to our invention process. Basically, we don't have to jump into writing without any kind of preparation. Structured invention activities like free writing and looping help us keep going, rather than giving it up at step one because we aren't instantly happy with our ideas. Many of these techniques are also iterative, or dependent on doing a defined process over and over and seeing how our ideas change. This persistence is key to getting from our service ideas into the stuff that will work best for us. Like, part of Mel's challenge was that they started working from the first decent ideas they had, but free writing forced them to keep writing for a set time, which meant they had to dive deeper into part of an idea or come up with more ideas to keep writing. In some versions of free writing, after a few minutes, Mel would have selected one or two things to then free write about for another few minutes, and so on until their time was up. This way, they were able to refine their topic to one that led to success. Obviously, some people's first ideas work out fine, but to consistently get enough good ideas in a bunch of contexts, invention gives you space to grow your idea stockpile. Whether you're a professional writer or someone just trying to make it through all the writing we have to do in school, formally doing invention is a skill that we can practice and keep improving our abilities. Rather than being born with a set amount of creativity, we can expand our invention capabilities over time.